Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Dustin.
And today we're going to be talking about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, before we get into it, we were talking about it. There is no way to do this review to actually really get into this movie without giving away spoilers. So this will be a spoiler-filled review. Therefore, if you have not seen the movie yet, you don't want any parts ruined, please bookmark this video or save for later, watch later, and come back because I don't want to hear it in the comments. Yeah. Oh, you guys spoiled blah, blah, blah for me, and now I don't want to see the movie. You've been warned. It's in the title, so fair
spoilers,
enough.
But let's first give them our opinion on it.
Okay.
And then we'll start getting into spoilers. Like I'm going to call it Batman v Superman: Dawn of Disappointment.
Oh.
So that's kind of how I think about the movie. I'll get into more details a little bit later.
I didn't have high expectations. A lot of people on Twitter, they tweeted me after my initial reaction after the press screening, because I went and watched it with the rest of the Collider peeps, and I didn't have a lot of high expectations going in. With that said, I came out of it, and I didn't feel entertained. I felt slightly bored at times, and this is coming from a fan. We, by all means, are not critics. We're just regular moviegoers.
Yeah, we
passionate about comic book stuff and Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. So I wasn't entertained, and I'll go into a little bit of storytelling here. I sat next to Tiffany Smith, and she, after the movie, she stood up and she's like, "So, what'd you think?" And I was like, not bad, I guess. And then we left the theater that we were in. We went downstairs to the movie theater lobby, and I was standing next to John and Dennis, and John kind of gave me this, like he was going to ask me something, and I went, you know what, I don't even know if I want to see it on Thursday anymore. And he was like, whoa. And I was like, I'm sorry. There's a lot to process. So...
And it stinks because the more and more
I'm disappointed.
The more and more we think about this, I mean, even me, the more and more I was thinking about it in the car on the way home, the more and more upset I kind of got about it, and more disappointed I got, because
it builds
this
up.
is the thing. It is so close. So close. I mean, honestly, if you take the film and maybe just snip out some of the things here and there. Now, one thing that was a huge success, in my opinion, was the visuals, because Zack Snyder's a great visual director. I liked Batman, how they portrayed Batman, and I liked Wonder Woman. I didn't like the direction that they went with Superman, and the way that they kind of told the story was, if they had an interesting story but told by an old man that rambled. and sometimes you're just sitting there going... And
then it's like they forget what they were talking about, and then they moved on, and then they never touched on that.
And they never come back to it.
And they never come back to it. And I'm like, so did we forget? Like, It's like squirrel, and then they just left it and they forgot it.
What about the thing that you just talked about over there? No repercussions about that?
Right. So before we get into spoilers, basically, we wanted to like this movie. We're big fans of Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. You know, we've read the comics.
And we've been dying for them to actually do this movie.
This movie, we were anticipating it. I didn't know what to expect out of it. We were disappointed. So if you want to know why we're disappointed, this is where we're going to go into spoiler territory. Yeah. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, please click out of this video, come back after you've seen the movie.
So what are some of the things that you're just like, that this movie either succeeded at very well or failed at
I'm going to start with the positives. I'm going to start with the positives because the list is shorter than my negatives. So the positives are, you've touched on it already, the vision.
Yeah.
It looks like a comic book movie. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't trying, like the action scenes were to me at least, were very fulfilling. My three biggest worries, and they're all character based. Three biggest worries was Ben Affleck as Batman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Nope, just the two. And I'll tell you why in a second. So when they first announced Batman was going to be played by Ben Affleck, I will admit it, I was one of those people that was like, when he told me, I was like, the hell he's gonna play Batman? He's not right for the role. I don't want to see this movie. Blah 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 blah. Wah wah. I was one of those, right?
And I was on the I was kind of on the fence. I was kind of on the fence. At first, I was like, and then I was kind of like I was never extreme one way or the other.
Right.
Until we got closer to the film.
And we saw the trailer release.
Okay, I'll buy this. I'll buy it.
And I'm the same. I'll agree with you there, is that once they released more footage and once you heard what he was going to sound like.
And you saw
him.
That he was ripped and he was huge. And then you started realizing this is going to be the biggest Batman we've ever had.
And I was convinced then. I was like, I think visually he looks great and I think he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Gal Gadot, when they first cast her as Wonder Woman, I was like, okay, so they've cast very beautiful girl.
Mm-hmm.
She is, gorgeous, especially in this movie. She hadn't really acted a lot. She has been in many films.
In other words, she has really no acting experience. She was an underwear model, right? Or a model.
She's a model. I think she's tall, so she's probably, fashion couture.
Yeah.
And being a model, most of the time, it means that you are pretty slim.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, in my knowledge of Wonder Woman, she's this Amazonian. She's going to be strong, have muscles. Big. And I was just kind of like, her face looks great. She looks great in the costume. I don't think she's right for the role. I don't think she can do it. Right. And a female character like Wonder Woman, you want her to be good.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed already before this film even started. I was like, that was the two things that really held this movie together for me. I said...
And the way that Batman or Bruce Wayne and Wonder Woman talk.
Their
interactions. It was good.
It was good. I enjoyed it very much. I love the Wonder Woman action sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that I was really hoping for, more so than Wonder Woman getting into this film, was because I'm a big Batman fan film. And I was like, please, please, please don't let them do Batman wrong. Please don't let them do him wrong. How do I feel about Batman killing in this movie?
That bugged the honestly.
It bothered me a little bit.
It doesn't. Well, it bothered me. It bothered me a lot more because he doesn't just kill people. He slaughters them. I mean, machine guns just running over cars that are filled with bad guys.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, he just deliberately killed all of those people.
So that's one of the spoilers.
They might be dead. It was no. He held those triggers down and just went, I don't give a shit, and slaughtered them.
Yeah.
Which really takes away a lot of what Batman is. And
let me offer you something else to think about as far as him killing. And this is how I kind of justified it in my own head.
His past.
I might be a little biased just because I really love Batman. This is an older Batman.
Yeah.
This is, I think, like late 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
It seems like he's got a little gray, in his hair. And it seems like he's just been through so much. And he's seen so much that at this point, he even said to Alfred, he goes, these criminals, they're low. They're it's like pulling weed. You pull one out, another one grows back in.
His bitterness.
He over it. He just wants what's good for mankind and for his city.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think he's like, forget the ethical thing, and and just putting them in Arkham or whatever.
But you take away that. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're saying the bitterness over the years has gotten to him, and now he doesn't really care.
That's how I had to justify him killing, because it's not the Batman way.
A way of what Batman is. Mm-hmm. I could see him being in a situation to where, yes, he would have to kill in order to be successful. But he just went in there guns blazing, almost like a Punisher kind of character.
Yeah, he was very Punisher-like.
Even in the Frank Miller novel, The Dark Knight Returns, mm-hmm. It still took a lot for the Joker to actually get Batman to kill him.
Yeah, this is definitely not like Batman, the Nolan type of Batman.
And there needs to be that struggle within him. Mm-hmm. And even though the fight scene was cool when he was trying to save Martha, there were still some things that I was just like, I didn't like a lot of the brutality of it I thought was cool when he smashed the guy's head into the box. I'm like, right. Okay, he could still be unconscious.
Right.
But the knife in the shoulder and then having no, what is that called? Reaction to it almost?
Yeah.
Later on he's up and fighting Doomsday.
Right.
What happens to the knife in his shoulder?
He forgot about it. That's what.
There was just some parts where I'm just like, Batman wouldn't quite fight like that. Mm-hmm. Parts of it was very good.
Yeah.
But there were still those moments that you're just like, all right, Mm-hmm. So I kept on getting jarred out of it a little bit. It was close. Once again, this movie is so close. Just do a little re-editing, and I think it would be an amazing film.
What are some of your positives for this movie?
Well, I'm 100% with you with Batman and Gal Gadot, mm-hmm. and I love Alfred.
Yes. I want my own Alfred. He can fix your Batmobile, rewire the microphone in your Batman mask, mm-hmm. and bring you coffee and breakfast at the same time.
But I love the fact that he still gave Batman sass, that he still gave Bruce sass.
Yeah, where he was kind of like, maybe there's a woman who make an honest man out of you, and he goes, "You in your dreams, Alfred." Like he
did a great job. They really didn't put enough of Alfred in.
More
there.
Alfred, yeah,
would have been really cool.
Yeah.
But once again, there's already parts in the movie that were like, oh no, cut this, cut that, cut this.
A lot of slow-mo. Well, we're not even into the negatives yet, so go ahead and finish your positives. What I liked
also was the storytelling of Bruce in Metropolis during the whole Superman attack. That was a good part of the story, and I liked the visuals that they had. What else did I really... There's really not... Everything else was a little...
I feel like what
tainted. I also liked the fact that they kind of just introduced the theory of metahumans.
Oh, that was yeah, that's right. I can't believe I almost forgot that. Yeah, we got to see the Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, and of course a little peek into what the Wonder Woman movie would be. Yeah, you know, her origin. So that was a lot of fun, but I guess moving from that and into the negatives is they just shoehorn that in. Like, oh, it's convenient to put it here. Yeah. It's convenient to put it here. Like, we don't have time to explain this.
All the information that we need. Here's the information.
Let's talk about Jesse Eisenberg. I like him as an actor. Say what you want. It's my opinion. I don't think he's the best ever. No. I like him as an actor.
But he's good.
And I was quite curious and slightly excited for him to play Lex Luthor. With that being said, saw the first time, the way he portrayed Lex to the way I like to see my version of Lex, you know, the version that I know, bothered the crap out of me. The first time. I saw it for the second time with him tonight. I completely hated his performance as Lex Luthor. Like, what is he trying to do with the... You know, like, just a lot of levels. Is he trying to be the Joker or the Riddler?
No, that's what I was thinking. He's trying to be a little bit of too much of Jim Carrey's Joker. Not Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's Riddler in there. And, I think, what is it? The theory that John had at the beginning, I thought, John Campia. Okay. I know, there's so many that you work with. Was that, okay, in social settings, he's comes off as this kind of socially awkward kind of character, but then once he's behind the scenes, that's when he's the plotting, maniacal kind of character.
And it came down to basically the story in the movie is Batman versus Superman. Like, Batman needed the little push manipulation from Lex. I guess on both sides, on both superhero side, for them to actually go and fight each other. Yeah. Like, Batman didn't let his anger of this alien destroying his city build up and killing the people he really cared about build up and let that be his motivation. The motivation was, you know, more manipulation from Lex Luthor, and it's just they never really made clear why.
It's very convoluted. I mean, it's a little all over the place. It's a little fragmented. Like I said, it's the old man that rambles, but still, what he's really good at is that he has that good visualization. Yeah. It's the story that just needs to be snipped, trimmed. They didn't really need that whole thing with the guy with the no legs. I mean, true, there's a point.
Well, I like that one the courtroom scene where Lex set it up, so it blew up.
Yeah, but he also killed his assistant.
I know. Like, what the hell? You killed Mercy Graves? But that's his. I'm probably like yelling in the mic. I'm sorry. It's like when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. If you guys are comic book fans, and you understand what her relationship with Lex Luthor is, then you should know like this is not somebody he would just kill on a whim. Like he even. Told her to go in. Why don't you save a seat for me? And she's all like, oh, where is he? Is he coming in? And I was like, And the bombing surprised me. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, me too.
And when it happened, I was like shocked that it did. I was like, well, Mercy Graves was in there.
Yeah.
She was definitely still in there.
In fact, how long did they have to have that scene where she looks at the jar of piss, so to speak? I mean, she was like, for like 5-10 minutes.
I really like Holly Hunter as an actress. I really do. I don't feel that her role was necessary in this movie.
Yeah, like, they could have cut it a lot better.
Called Batman versus Superman, but don't play this movie like a court case. Batman versus Superman to people, to the general fans, and to comic book, lovers out there should be Batman fighting versus Superman. Not let's sit in the courtroom and discuss what does he belong. Should there be repercussions for his It was boring. It was just watching people discuss. And if you're gonna have people discuss whether or not Superman is good for mankind, for our country or our world or not, you should have shown the people's reaction to him a lot of hate and a lot of love, and let that grow.
And then that kind of explains it there. You don't need to go any further with it.
Right. And all they did was focus on Superman saving the people in need. He saved that one girl out of the fire building. He saved the people that are on top of the roof, and the flash flood was happening. But what about the people that protest against him? All they showed was that one scene in front of the courtroom before he walked in there. People were saying boo, boo, and then the guy spray painting his statue and his monument. But that was it. There wasn't enough. We should have seen it from people's point of view.
Yeah. And I think there's just a more effective way that you could have told the exact same story. Mm-hmm. Getting to the points a little bit quicker, getting to drive some of your messages a little bit more home. I think there's a better way that you could have done it. Yeah,
I just feel like they brought up a point real quick, and I want to get those of you who have already seen the movie to comment below about this, where Batman's vision of the Flash visiting him.
Oh, yeah. What did that do exactly? I mean, okay, so the Flash came and warned him. What did
Lois Lane is the key. She's
Batman
the key.
didn't even do anything to
save her.
Save Lois Lane.
You know who saved her? Batman. Superman. Superman saved her time and time and again. So she's the key. So and I've seen it twice now, and I'm trying to, in my mind, the gears are turning, and I was like, he meant this, and then I said something to him, and I was like, well, if Lois Lane is the key, then maybe when she came and was begging Batman not to, shove the spear of Krypton in his chest, maybe he saw, oh, Lois Lane is the key, therefore I should not kill this man. And then you kind of squashed my theory. I was trying to make it work. I was trying to make the Flash scene work, and it just didn't. And a lot of people didn't understand that was the Flash.
Yeah, I didn't know. At first I was like, oh, is that Cyborg? Because he had the robotic thing. And I didn't quite catch that. Oh, no, that's the Flash.
Yeah, I told him. I was like, it's the Flash.
And yeah, she was like, do you know who that is? I was like, yeah, it's
Ezra
Cyborg.
Miller.
And
one of the biggest pet peeves, biggest flaw, I think, as far as the marketing went, was the final trailer they put out with Doomsday, and
I think that was the second to last.
That trailer that they put out, it just squashed the entire ending. Because how cool would it have been to see Wonder Woman? We all know she was going to be in the film. We all knew what she kind of looked like already. But you put her and defending her defending or fighting against Doomsday.
That was an awesome fight, though.
It was an awesome fight.
Really awesome fight.
But it took away from it. Everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it was coming.
The three
and
of them.
And then WB said, oh, no. They put out a statement. That's halfway through the film, so that's not even the end. You guys, it was at the freaking end.
It was what can I say? I want to say it because we already said spoilers. They kill Superman. I mean, it's Doomsday kills Superman. There's nothing more left to do, and I don't really have any problems with Superman dying because he died in the comic books, and
we all know he's gonna come back, and the little dirt floated in the coffin anyway. So
why
we all
need
knew.
To tell us? Do you think we're stupid?
I mean, I was actually surprised that they actually did went ahead and killed him.
Yeah,
but it just. I was like, oh, they went there. And then I was like, well, it's okay, he'll be back. so it's not like, he's gone forever, they can't have the Justice League without Superman. It's like, well, it's going to happen. Another big thing for me that I didn't like was that the movie is called Batman v Superman. you guys, they fought together once. They fought once.
And the fight probably wasn't even.
And the
10
fight
minutes.
wasn't really that long. They should have fought. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it, but I thought that they should have faced off more than just one fight scene. There should have been a smaller, faster fight scene, and then give us one big one and evolve that into Doomsday fight scene. Like, that would have been really cool. And then let's talk about how Batman and Superman stopped fighting. Why Bruce didn't just go ahead and kill him, because he had him. He was right there with the spear of kryptonite. He was right there. Save Martha! Why'd you say that name? Why'd you say that name? His mother is Martha. That's his mother's name. Oh, okay. Throws the spear away. And I'm like, oh.
Okay, so just because. But there's also the fact that the way that they first announced Batman v Superman was the line from the comic book. I want you to remember in your most intimate moments the one man who beat you. I wanted them to have that line in the movie. That's how they promoted this. That's the very first thing that we ever heard about this movie was that line from the comic book. And that's how they built it up. That's what it's going to be. Batman vs. Superman. You're going to get this part in the movie. Nope.
So with that said, why don't you go ahead and give your final rating of this movie?
I like to give it out of 100. Out of 10. Out of 10?
Yeah.
Well, I guess out of 10, out of 100, just remove a decimal. Move the decibel over. I'm probably going to give it maybe like a low 50, high 40.
So 4.5 out of 10?
Maybe 4.5, 4.8. Yeah, let's go somewhere in between there.
Okay. You're giving it a lower score than me, and I expected you to give a lower score than me, actually. For me, this movie could have been great. It should have delivered. It didn't deliver. It missed a lot of points. I think it wasted a lot of time on other things that didn't need to be in there. So my rating for this out of 10 is, it actually went down because I gave it a 6 and now it's a 5.5. Okay, before we go, I wanted to ask you. Now, you know, DC has an entire slate coming. They've got Aquaman, Flash, Justice League, Wonder Woman. Does your disappointment in this movie kind of wean you off from wanting to see the rest of the DC slate?
It does damper my excitement a little bit. I'm still going to go see them, don't get me wrong.
Of course, we're movie fans.
Even if this movie was terrible, I'm still going to go see it because I love these characters.
Yeah.
However, I think, unfortunately, since if we take the Marvel idea, you know, when Marvel did each individual movie, they would be given a little bit of leeway. If they didn't quite get it right, they're like, okay, we can adjust this, tweak that.
Like a couple of those Iron Man movies?
A couple of Iron Man. You know, they messed up on Iron Man 2 a little bit. You know, Thor. And then by the time they got to the big event, which is Avengers, they were able to, everything was already kind of dialed in and tweaked.
Mistakes.
And they were able to hit it on the head. Mm-hmm. They started with that one big nail. And even if it's off just a little bit, I think everything else is going to be off as well. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a lot harder for them to be able to tweak these characters in the right direction. Mm-hmm. I think they now are facing an uphill battle with the individual movies, whereas Marvel was, you would give them a little bit more leeway and make, you know, mistakes are a little bit more forgiven when it's just one solo character. But when it's the foundation of what you're doing.
And I want to put it out there, we are not hating on DC. We love DC. We love Marvel. I don't understand why people, like sometimes in the Collider chat room, I see it and it drives me insane. DC sucks. You should go kill yourself. Marvel sucks. You smell like poop. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why can't we like both? We're in an age where DC movies, comic books, guys, are coming to life on the big screen. You can go sit down for 2 hours and be entertained. It's Marvel. It's DC. Why the hate? Enjoy it. Love it. Mm-hmm. Expose yourself to the others, you know, to the other brand. Anyways, I had to say it because I see it every day and it drives me insane.
Well, you see it in the comments, like, man.
Yeah, when I don't look at them sometimes because it makes me angry. I, for one, am very, very excited to see Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. Very excited.
New Batman.
To see the Batman solo film and Batman Solo sounds like Star Wars and Batman together. The Batman standalone film. And
the Batman Lego movie.
I'm excited, yeah. And I'm excited to see the Justice League. I'm excited how they put that together. So it doesn't really... my disappointment in this movie doesn't make me go, I will never put another dollar from my wallet into the DC cinematic universe. That is not true at all. I mean, if they fail, Batman Solo movie, Wonder Woman movie, and Justice League, maybe I'll think about saving my money on those movies. But that's many years to come, and I hope that they can learn from this, take whatever constructive criticism as they can, and give us the next movie, make it great. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say about this movie. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. That's what the comments are for. Let's discuss. Let's not fight. Let's discuss.
And tell us what you thought about some of the things that we didn't like. You're like, well, look at it from this angle. And then I'll be like, okay, that's actually a good way of seeing it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And we'll see you in the next video.